What's going on, you guys? I wanted to make a slightly different video this time just because I've been seeing around the internet that a lot of us guys are having trouble getting our girlfriends, fiancés, or wives on board into investing into real estate. So a lot of us guys stay there stuck with the obstacle and challenge of first of all getting our wife on board before we even begin. So I want to bring on my wife. Her name is Mandy for short. We all call her Mandy. Her name's Amanda, but she has taken on a lot recently. She's the mother of my own 2 kids. She's also a part-time vlogger. She takes care of our vlog channel. Yes, we have a vlog. I never really mention it in my videos, but you can go check that out if you want. She does a very good job of taking care of the home, our kids, me, the whole family, and does vlogging and is learning about photography. So she does a lot for us. I don't think we would be able to function if we didn't have her. So I want to get her on because I've been actually able to get her on board to investing in real estate, and that's why you see me making videos on it, is because we really want to get this started. And so I just want to share insights, and I want her to share insights on what has really gotten her to kind of get on board with me and start investing in real estate, because I was really the first one that had the idea, right, of, hey, let's go ahead and start investing in real estate. So I'm going to ask you some questions. That way the audience kind of gets a better feel for, what are you thinking? What were you going through? Why are you on board and not so scared as, a typical person would be? So let's just go into it, all right? I have some questions here. Okay, so first of all, I want to ask you, how long have we been married for?
5 years almost.
Yeah, almost 5 years. And would you consider that a very long time? Not really? Do you feel like there's still a lot to know about me?
I guess there's a lot to know about anybody,
Yeah.
whether you're married to them or not.
Yeah.
Something important to recognize is that as we get older and as we learn new things, we begin to like new things and aspire new dreams. So I guess we never stop learning about each other.
Yeah.
Things change. We change for the better. And so we always keep learning.
I like that, because that actually leads me to my next question. Earlier in our marriage, I actually came up to you with a different money-making idea, right? That idea being network marketing. So now that we stopped completely doing network marketing and I came up to you with this other idea, what changed, or what's different? Why are you willing to, kind of be on board with this?
I feel that in prior things that we took on, for example, the network marketing, we had to depend a lot on other people. Whether other people showed up, whether other people purchased, whether other people did whatever. And it was a bit of a challenge, and sometimes it just didn't work out the way that we wanted it to. And this time around, it feels more of something that we need to tackle on, whether it's painting doors or pulling carpet. And that's something I think that I've found with this whole new, whether it would be flipping houses for some people or for us, renting homes. I see something, I figure out how to do it, and then it's like I can do it without depending on someone else to do it for me.
Okay, so I like that. Basically, guys, what I'm getting is, with network marketing, we had to depend on so many people, right? And with houses, and because of your background of being crafty, you feel like, hey, you can get a lot of this work done yourself. You wouldn't necessarily have to depend on so many people. And I've actually had that thought as well, guys. With network marketing, it was a hassle trying to get people to meetings or to conferences, reminding them, trying to convince them to go, and then also trying to get people to sign up or convincing them to sign up. And houses, you don't need to convince houses. They're going to do their thing. And as long as we do our part in fixing them, they're not going to go through breakups. They're not going to go through any emotional distress that'll keep them from performing. So that's what I'm really liking about real estate, and I'm glad you pointed that out. But as far as anything having to do with me as your husband and having these ideas, have I ever given you any reason not to trust me on these ventures or on these efforts?
I've never felt worried or scared that you were going to let us sink and fail. Even if you had to do it on your own, I know that you would. I know that you would get a second job, third or fourth. And that's the example that your parents gave you as well. And so I've never felt worried that it would have to come to failing anything we did.
Cool. I like that. Thank you. I haven't heard that, guys, so that was really nice to know. And that is very true. I would take on 2, 3, 4 jobs if I needed to. I wouldn't let my family fail. And even if for some reason, there is a possibility that we fail at real estate, but even though we fail, it's not like the end of the world. We can pick ourselves back up and we can go ahead and try again.
Maybe not everyone will have that mentality. They don't want to jump in there, but that's where you jump in there. You really want it, you'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I wasn't willing to do it, I know that you'd do it on your own. But I am willing, and so I jump in there. But not everyone has that mentality. Not everyone has that interest. And so that's where you have to show that you can do it for them. You can do it for your whole family without depending on your wife to be there going to the stores with you, be there pulling carpet with you at 3 a.m, or painting walls. Not everyone's going to want to do that.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. But what about if the guy was willing to do all that, and he knew that he was the one that had to do it, but his wife was even mad at the fact that he would have to take time out of his day to do all that without his family? Because I feel like maybe some guys are going through that. I don't know of any specific case, but maybe the guy is already saying, Mandy, I'm already doing all this.
Yeah.
So what could he do there? What can he do to maybe help his wife understand that there is time that he has to take out of his day to work on that?
All right, so it might just be my opinion, but I feel like women are very logical thinkers. We want to see numbers and we want to hear explanations. We don't want to hear you say, like, this is only going to take me an hour, and then 4 hours later I'm pulling my hair out and the kid's crying and haven't been able to shower, and you're still stuck in there. It becomes a frustrating situation. Now, when we're barely starting out, given we don't know exactly how much time something will take.
Yeah.
But that's where we have to measure ourselves maybe and say, all right, I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to take to paint this whole room, but I'm thinking it might take an hour and a half, and I'll check in with you by then to see if you need me, and if I need to come back to it, I will, but don't stay there all day long and just like, oh, she knew I was going to do this, and so there goes the whole day.
I think I've done that a couple times, but okay, so what you're basically saying is, husband, man, go to your girl, explain to her this, it's going to take this long, it might take this long, I'm not guaranteeing much because I don't know how long it'll take exactly, but after that long has happened or has passed, then go in and check in. So you kind of like sit her down, explain maybe.
She doesn't feel like she's been put on the back burner. Like,
okay,
now this is more important than me, and it's more important than the kids, and it's more important than us, because now he's doing this and it's him and us over here.
Okay.
It has to be, where we come into an agreement.
So yeah, just basically letting them feel like they're not on the back burner, right? That they are top priority.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also something that I appreciate myself, just me as a person, I love lists, I love organization.
Okay.
So if you show me, this is what I want to get done this week. I want to paint the doors. I want to change the doorknobs. I want to do this. And you say, this is what I want to do before Friday, Monday through Friday. These are the days that I'm thinking of doing it. I've already mentally prepared myself throughout that day. When you come home from work, you're going to do this. But if you show up and I'm so dead tired and the girls have been crying all day long and I'm just emotionally just drained, and then you say, hey, I want to get these doors done right now. I'm not mentally, emotionally
that makes sense.
prepared for that. I'm waiting. Oh, hopefully he's going to come home and help me and just grab one of them because she won't stop crying. And then you come through the door and say, I want to do this real quick.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit for us to like register that and say, oh, okay, I'm going to have to deal with this a little longer on my own. Let him do it. And sometimes we might just not be in the mood for that anymore.
Okay. All right, guys. Hope you're finding good stuff here. We're going to move on to one question and then one statement that I want you to give after.
Okay.
And then we'll finish this off, okay? So last question basically is, did you ever picture yourself being a real estate investor or being married to a real estate investor? And more importantly, because I'm a beginner real estate investor, we have to move into the next house that we're investing to. Did you ever picture yourself like having to pick up and leave the home that we've been living in, that we've kind of grown fond of and got attached to, and moving into a fixer-upper?
No.
You never pictured yourself doing that?
Say it through my teeth. No. No, probably because I never grew up that way.
Yeah.
People who have moved around a lot, it might not be a big deal, might not be a big thing, but people like me get emotionally attached to places, to things, to people, and so it's a little difficult. But also, you have an idea in mind of what your home will look like and feel like once you have one.
Yeah.
And so once you've established that and you have it, you want to keep it, and you want to add more to it and make it even better. And then I bring up these ideas, and I'm like, ooh, what if we put these things up front? Oh, what if we add these things to the back? And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, but remember, we're probably not going to stay here, so we don't need to be spending money on that. And it just feels like something's kind of holding you back.
Quick follow-up to that last question is then why are you coming along with the ride? Why are you on board with this idea that I have in mind of moving into the fixer-uppers and being able to grow a real estate portfolio like that?
Okay. One, I always and see, that's the thing. I prepared myself. We always said this would be our starter home. Either way, it doesn't matter. We still got comfortable. So that's one thing. But the second thing is just talking about the future, talking about where we want to get, talking about where we want to be, and why we're doing this gets you out of that comfort zone to say, dang, I'm going to move into that house with those crappy floors.
Yeah.
Yikes. But it pushes me to do that because now I have an idea in my mind of how that house can look like as well. What floors I can put in there and make it better for my girls who are crawling around, right? Because these floors are really good and they're really nice.
Yeah.
And then thinking about going to that house is not very appealing, but I already have an image of what it could look like while we stay there. I'm not going to get emotionally attached, or try not to that property anymore, because I know that we're not going to stay there indefinitely.
Yeah. Okay. So I've kind of emotionally prepared you that, hey, we're going to be moving out of this house, right? And when we did first move into this house, we did say it was going to be our starter home. We just didn't know that we were only going to live in it for about 2 years and move into a crappier one, right?
Exactly. That's the thing.
So
thank you for pointing that out. So we thought, ooh, this house is so cozy and it's so nice. But later we're going to get a bigger one, a more beautiful one. And so the idea of like moving into a crappier one is not so nice, but
yeah,
that's why you have to have that future set in your mind. Like, where do you want to be? Have a picture of why you're doing it.
Okay.
And then those things don't matter too much anymore.
So getting down to the why, as to like, why are you doing all this? What's it for? What's the purpose? Sitting down with your significant other and really communicating with them and talking to them about, hey, where do we want to be later on in life? What are my goals? What are my dreams? What do I want to accomplish? will get you far. Communicating with your significant other will get you really far, and I think that's what marriage is intended to be. It's to be teamwork. It's to have that teamwork and be able to multiply 10x the whole all of the efforts. We actually have that. Can you let me grab that real quick? Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. My wife actually got me this because I had told her about I don't know, it's not really a story, but I had told her that like when one horse pulls a ton of cargo, it can only pull so much, but then when you put two of them together, they can pull 3 times as much as what the first one pulled. And that's because they have that teamwork, they have that connection, and they're in it together. And so I think that together we can get farther a lot quicker. So it's just mind-blowing to me that we can actually do that. And once we do kind of get in sync and in harmony, we can get that far. So I think that's just really great. I like that you said that. Last statement here. To all the guys that are having questions, doubts, or troubles about convincing their wives to, maybe get started in real estate, what would you tell them?
Be educated in what you want to do. Don't guess. Don't say, I think I want to do this. I think it costs this much. I think it's going to take this much time. Don't think too much. That is something that keeps us from trusting. Like, oh, I don't know. This is too much of a risk. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to put my family through this. I don't know if I want to put my wallet through this. Mm-hmm. Just be sure. Figure out what you need to figure out. Call who you need to call. Research what you need to research. Read the books. Listen to the videos, whatever it is, and know what you're doing. This is how much it costs. This is how much time it takes. And really know the information, and that will really help us have that trust that we need.
I really, really like that. Yep. So I guess if you guys are having those conflicts, talk to your spouses again, but really lay out a plan. Really make yourself a person that can be trustworthy. I hope that like a lot of my actions, my habits, my speech, and all of that, my behavior has been able to show to her that I am trustworthy and credible and a man that she can put her trust in to go ahead and move us forward. And I think that trust will go a long way, so long enough to actually have her be on board into moving into a crappier house even. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys found value in this. It's our first time ever investing in real estate, and you guys are going to see the journey of everything that we're going through, everything that we're doing. And so I think it's very crucial and important that I got her on here and I got her to talk about why she's so ready to go ahead and get started with me. I think that's just crucial. We're going to be looking back at this video maybe in 10 years with a couple of more properties and be like, man, like we were ready. So guys, we hope you found value in this. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for future videos on how we're getting this house rent ready as we speak, and how we're gonna get into the next crappier house to fix it up, and how we're gonna be on a budget doing all of that. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video.